Now I'll explain the same stuff, how you are going to execute it, how this works. Because first program, actually simple program, but this program only I will try to explain a lot. Then only you will understand it clearly. One program you understand it, remaining any programs we can write it, because this is the foundation class, right? So first of all, we will go to mm, we will go with picture through explanation. Right? That gives absolute clarity to you. Yes. Because whatever why I introduced the architecture in detail, now you will come to. So first of all, yes, this is user. Here, user is sitting over here, correct? So user need, user requirement. Requirement is what is the country of so and so vendor. That is your identify. Mm. Mm, identify country of a particular vendor. That is the requirement of a client or customer or business. Mm. So some typing mistakes might be there. Ignore it. So this is your database. Let me see the flow. This is your entire database, and within the database we have, this is your many tables are there, but out of that we have one of the table is LFA1. Yes. So this is your LFA1 table, right? LFA1 table. Right. Now in this table we have two fields, that is called as a listener as a key field and land one as a non-key field. Very simple. Name one also there. Yes. So now here the data is like this: 0, 1. Okay. What are that? How many sums? 1, 2. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. 8, 9, 10. So that means we'll keep it this way. Yes. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's it. So now we will just move in one this, because I'm more specific about this is the country key, capital. This is the available data. Clear, crystal clear. Because so user is sitting at presentation layer, data is sitting at database layer. User not aware of which vendor, which country, don't know. Data is not aware of which user is switching or using. These two are two edges. This edge, this is this edge. Presentation one end, database another end. There is no connection. There is no direct connection. Okay, user cannot hit the tables directly. Data cannot be acquired by the user also. Both no direct connection. For that, when requirement comes, they can go and check it out in SC16 or SC16N or SC11 through this. They can check, no problem. They want to see this particular requirement. They can go back to yes. This is the just SC11 or SC16 or SC16N. Go to LFA1. Type the vendor number 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, 8. Now I want this particular, yes, only two fields. Execute. You are getting supplier. This is the vendor number. This is the country key. So for that system generated query you want to check. This is the system generated query. Yes. This is the system generated query. Select star from LFA1 up to max rows into corresponding table target bypass buffer where listener equals to this. Listener equals to single quote. It is writing this value. Okay. Yes, one all zeros. This query through this result came. This is the query, this is the result. Okay, fine. But okay, clear. So user have SC16 access, then user can check it out directly. But sometimes we want to print it in a form, then user verification doesn't work. We want to print a form, obviously we have to fetch that can be achieved through code only. You want to write it in a file also. Okay, file, you want to send this data to the external system also. At that time, this AC16 doesn't work. Program through only those things are possible. Obviously, we have to understand the program. When it comes to programmer, ABAP program means that is the role of ABAP consultant. So now, what exactly the ABAP consultant approach? So ABAP consultant is developing three steps. So we have one is SC11, second is SC38, right? So, but here I don't write the program here because that is just assume that this is the program. For this program, 3 lines code, my explanation is this. So, first step, we are declaring this variable, correct? So, how you declare this variable? Because you can see here like data keyword, data declaration, GV land one. Okay, yes. So here, if you want, no problem, we will write it. This is your small G program. Okay, yes. Developer developed some G program which is type 1 program. So here, first is data GV land one, correct? By using table field LFA1 land one. Actually, what happens with this? Then select, then write. Okay, this is your simple condition based. That's it. Correct? This is the program. So you have save check activated, executed. So that is test program or execute program. Okay, execute program result. What happens? First control comes to this data statement. This data statement, first it will create GV land one in the memory. Yes, this explanation is important. There is a one memory is there. This memory, yes, okay. This is in fact role area memory. Okay, yes. In the memory, one variable gets created as GV land one. What is the name of the variable? GV underscore land one. Yes. Okay, but type means by making use of which data type. It is not predefined type, it is not local type, it is global dictionary table field. It is global dictionary table field. That means now we have to see this is your SC11 because this is your SC11 dictionary, correct? That is DDIC. In DDIC we have what? LFA1 table is there. LFA1 table is there. DB table. Correct? In DB table, we have this is that way table available. Correct? Yes. You have to understand this table closely. Yes. Okay. Yes. This table versus underlying table closely. So table. Okay. First table structure I am writing here. I am not writing the rows. This is your first field is listener, second field is language. First field is a key field. Yes or no? Yes. Okay, first field is so LIFNR below is line. Okay, clear? So this is listener is this is your car 3. This is car. This is listener is what? Listener is car not. So that means I am writing the structure definition at this level. But in the data, you have to see the difference. In ABAP dictionary, you have table definition first. Table is a collection of fields, key fields, non-key fields. So each field, technical properties, date type, length, and all decimal places, all the stuff. But when it comes to underlying database, here same listener first, land one next only. But here we have the data directly here in the database. But now when we are declaring, the system uses SC11 declarations. That means your GV land one is getting the technical properties from SC11. Yes, because of this type declaration. Type followed by database table hyphen field. Database table hyphen field. Correct? Those are all already covered here. Yes. Yes, covered here. No, almost. Yes. Variable. Okay. Variable followed by structure component database table. This is the database table and the field. Any field, any table field you can write. Yes, etc. Don't write table directly. Don't write structure directly. You have to write, when you write structure, you have to write one component name. Otherwise, table field name you have to write. Or view field we have to write. That is the things. Okay, yes. So now we will go back to this particular scenario. So this declaration is happening by using, yes, double click on LFA1 land 1. Yes, it will uses so character 3, then this is also character 3. Because we are familiar with that, yesterday already explained, ABAP editor is a tool, development tool. This tool is closely integrated with the dictionary tool. These two tools are called as a what? These two tools are considered as a what type? This is a kind of one minute. Those unnecessary things so that you are clear with it's only the table in the program. Right. So the dictionary field name through we can declare the variables. That's the purpose. Right. As a result, GV land 1 is getting the technical properties of land 1 and the name 1. So if you look at here, the both this program dictionary both are closely integrated tools in the ABAP workbench, development workbench. That is the reason, technically speaking, this declaration uses first it goes to which table? It goes to which table? This table. In the table again, in this table, which field? It goes to which field? Because in SC11 so many tables are there. You are more clear on LFA1. Okay, it go to LFA1 only. Then because it is a metadata, so many virtual database. All tables definitions are available in SC11, but not physical data. That's important. Physical data there in the database. Virtual data is there in the virtual means just like a logical, imaginary term. Okay, just definitions are there. Temporarily it gets loaded here. So land one. This is the land one. So as a result of this statement, what is the result of this data keyword? Result is you are getting you are getting two things. What is it? Character data type length as 3. That is the red color significance. I got it. This is the declaration. So in program, you can declare a variables by using SC11 of any table field. You can use it. But my requirement is I don't want any table. According to my requirement, more clear with so and so vendor entry key field is land one. The table is LFA1. That's why my declaration is more specific on table field only. This is what. That's first step is over, explanation complete. Second step is select query. Select what is the meaning of query. Query means question. Question to whom? Question to the database. Why we have to ask a question to the database means I want so and so table field data. I'm questioning to the database. When we question, database also will respond to my question. Yes, that's it. Because I told you the way to move the data from database layer to application layer is select query. Yes, this is your select query. So select is a keyword. Single is a keyword. Single for what? I am fetching single value. Select a single followed by the column name. What is the column name? Table field name or table column name. This you cannot alter it. That is from which column name value you want to read it. Yes, second, into followed by target field name. What is target here? Source is the database table field. Target is the application layer. So you have to understand this in this way. This still here presentation, middle is application, below is database layer. Three-tier architecture through you have to understand this entire small program also, any program also, architecture dimension through you have to understand it. So next, from followed by, okay, from followed by which source, okay, you have to write, mm, you have to go to write this here, mm, you go to it here, okay, from, from is a keyword, from followed by the database table. Database table is LFA1. Okay, yes. Next, what is the meaning of where? So why we have to write where is where condition is important. Yes. Where is a keyword. Yes. Where followed by condition. What is that condition? Condition is called as it's a kind of filter condition. Okay. It is a kind of filter condition, filter criteria. I don't want all vendors. I want particular vendor LFA1. So the condition is mentioned in A is with leading zeros because the vendor value is stored with leading zeros. The way it's stored in the database, you have to exactly you have to give it 0 first, 1 and a okay, and how many 7 zeros? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then 2. That is the way it is stored in the database, same thing. Yes, this is the purpose. So, okay, so you time being you understand this select query. We have in detail topic on that. No worries. So how does this select query works? This select query is written in the program, but I mentioned explicitly select query between the application layer and the database layer in between select query works. So select. What is the general English meaning of select? Select means choose something. So select something. What you want to select? I want to select not the general items. I want to select the table data. In the database, so many tables are there. Which table? First, it goes to from followed by LFA1. It ignores all the thousands of tables, lakhs of tables. It goes to LFA1 table first. This select query goes to LFA1 table first. This is how it works. LFA1 table. In LFA1 table, there are so many fields are there. But which field? Which field? It goes to land one field. But land one again, this is the original value. Yes, this is my required value. But how do you decide this is the value? Is that where condition is more specific, more clear. I don't want a customer only 1000, one all zeros customer or one all zeros one. I don't want. I want this particular one all zeros two. This cut. That is this where class. Where is a keyword. Always the condition, filter condition is specified always based on the key combination, because we are always a record is identified by key field through. In LFA1, what is key field? Listener is the key field. That's why we have to specify key key field through entire record or row is identified. Listener value, you have to give appropriate value. This field name equals to field value. This is your where clause or where condition. So single quotes will give it here. Comparison value as it is. Okay. Yes. Exactly. So if this query, this select statement, if it find the value success, what happens? The size sub RC. The size sub RC is a system field which is a SYST structure component. I already introduced SY structure. The system field sub RC in search operation. Yes or no? Search string operation. I am repeating again here. That is, if the select query executed successfully, the what happens? If the select query is executed successfully, select query system automatically fills 0. The written code value, that is sub RC value, filled as 0. You can check the sub RC value accordingly. You can work. If the select query fails, that means GV land one is not going to fill. That is select query failed. Fail case, system automatically fills immediate sub RC value sets as 4. So you can check sub RC value further. You can write accordingly. You can write the right statement, because user want two things. That is, because two confusions. What are the two confusions? Whether select query wrong or data is not available. Two cases are there here. Sometimes due to wrong select query also you don't get the data. Sometimes if the data not found also, you don't get the data. Yes. But how user will come to know? How user will come to know? That's why we have to be more clear on this particular scenario. I will okay, hope you guys understand. In this case, what happens? If you go to this IN value as a result of the select query, what happens? As a result of this, first this into GV land 1. That means this GV land 1 is filled with value IN. Value IN. So you have to see more clear. You are getting this variable is getting technical properties from S11, but this variable is getting the value from the database table data. This is what important is. Here we are not giving any value. No hard code value, no user input value. We are filling this variable by database. Even we don't know. User don't know. Even sometimes we are also don't know whether this data available or not. Accordingly, if available, yes. So fine, sub RC is the best way to check. Next, what is this right statement? Two right statement. Sub-RC based right statement. Sub-RC 0, 1 right statement, success statement, otherwise fail statement. So finally, what next? This is your result. This is your right statement result. So you know how does right statement works? Again, go to this place. Right statement, whatever the value is available, it will print to the, yes, this value. Finally, here you are getting the country is India, right? For so and so vendor is IN. This is a kind of three-step procedure. So once you understand this example, rest of the entire ABAP is very simple. That's it. That's why I'm spending more time on first example only. Yes, what happens? Today we are working on LFA1. Tomorrow we'll work on KNA1, MARA, or VBAK, or any other tables. The declaration only changes. Accordingly, select query changes. Accordingly, the table we are going to hit is changes. Finally, result also changes. That's it. Okay, basic foundation topic is this only. Okay, clear? So that's why, yes. So I will go to, yes, explanation for this. Right. Explanation right here. Hmm. If you want, if you don't confuse, I will write it here. Okay. So if it is more confused, what we can write it? Yes. Now, so what is that? Step one is, yes. Step one is variable. Okay, variable declared with LFA1 land1. That is, so what is the meaning? This is, that is, variable gets the mm, technical properties, mm, like data type and length from DDIC dictionary, uh, dictionary table field. That's it. You can, and moreover, I told you cannot give the length here. That is a conflict. If I give in the bracket as 5, suppose, this is a wrong. Already I told you this is error message. Yesterday I showed you. When you are using table field, dictionary table field ref, okay, there is a conflict whether system use 3 or 5. That's why when we use global types, don't give the length here. Okay, right. That is one thing. Next, suppose if I by mistake I type land 2. Land 2 is error. That means no component exists with land 2. So now you tell me at this time, this is checking from the database table LFA1 or SC11 table LFA1. It is referring to LFA, SC11 LFA1. The checks happens because that's what you have, this auto corrected, auto corrected feature. Clear declaration type followed by database table field. Correct? Yes, that's what the syntax is. Next, if we go to the step 2, step 2 is fetch the value from LFA1 table, database table, and fill it into variable. Yes. So what happens? That is by using select query through, we are fetching the data. Yes. So use select statement statement to fetch or retrieve data from database table. This is only the, yes. So as a result, what happens? Yes, what happens as a result of select statement? Yes, variable mm, variable fills with database table data. Yes. So next, okay, as a best practice, because sometimes, okay, data may not be available. These are all the two cases we have to address it. How we are going to, okay, or select query wrong. Select query wrong in the sense, select query wrong, you will get syntax error. Select query filter criteria wrong. This is important. Okay, may may be wrong. Wrong in the sense we might give some wrong case, wrong vendor. That's it. Due to these reasons, yes. Okay. Mm, yes, we do not get data sometimes due to these two reasons. But next, so as a best practice means which is recommended by SAP. As a best practice, we have to see hmm, practice, practice as a best practice. What we have to use size subarchi check. Size subarchi check immediately after each select statement. That is SAP recommendation. We have to bound to follow, must follow. Yes, right. Size subarchi check. Next, if the value found, okay, by select statement, what happens? Hmm, the uh, variable fills with value. That is one thing. Next, system sets the return code value. Okay, subarc is called as return code also. Return code value as 0. This is the success case. A success case means success scenario. That is value found scenario. Second case, if the value not found by select query, then the variable not filled, not filled simply. That is remains with initial value. That's what you have to understand it. Because yes, second, we go to system, mm, sets the return code value as 4, digit 4. This is a failure case. Clear? Success case, failure case. Right? You is this is so accordingly. Yes. Finally, okay. Display output statement. This is your what next? Your step 3, right? Step 3 is display final output statement accordingly. Accordingly means what? If you find the value, one statement, success statement. If not, value not found statement. So ultimately, you have to tell the user that this is what. Right. Yes, value not found. Value not found meaning is what? Value not found in the database table. Yes, that's what the meaning is. database table, correct? Meaningful statement we have to write it. And moreover, yes, I am telling you, yes, this is first of all simple English meaning. From followed by source. Which source, which table? Into followed by target area. So always source is from the database layer, target is at the application layer. So if you want, I will write it down one time, this three layer approach. So user is at one, first this is presentation, till here to here is application, till the select query application, and this is your database layer. So this is your three layers. Okay. So three layer, three tier architecture. Okay. Yes. This is so ultimately user sitting at the front end level, user is not aware of the what is data is there or not, but user informed to functional, functional informed to technical, technical consultants develops the program. This program is given to the functional. We will test from as a paper I tested as a functional consultant, as a user also I tested all cases because there is no person to come here and test. I consume everything and test it. Correct? But in live case, that is different. So user wants some data. Yes, user got the data. Whether success or fail cases, both the ways it works. Right? This is your overall. So what happens? Hmm. Select followed by required field, from followed by the required table, into followed by the target variable, and next what? Where followed by the filter criteria. And one more thing I want to tell you, which is very important, because can we get any type conflict here? Type conflict means data type conflict. What is conflict? This is a conflict means a kind of differentiation. It is difference, it's not equal. Actually, see, this LFA1 land 1, this LFA1 land 1 is char 3. Even this below LFA1 land 1 also character 3. That is the reason you don't get, when you fetch this database table value, land 1 value into target variable, you don't get any type conflict. You don't get any data type conflict because this is database table field is character 3. The variable is already declared by character 3. That's why it is called as type compatibility. So two words are important. One is compatible, second is conflict. Compatible word usually generally used in hardware. That is that i3, i5 configuration comparison, compatibility, which okay, which RAM compatible, what is the disk capacity, all those things. Wait, no. Compatibility, this equal suitable. Conflict means opposite. So this is because that's why our whatever is required we have written appropriately. That's why you don't get any conflict also. And I told you is if I don't write this where condition, what happens? This select single hits the first record of the database table, but I don't want the first vendor, I want the third vendor. More specific what I want, in that case you have to write this filter criteria. Why it is called as filter criteria means first, from itself is the first criteria. From LFA1 means you are avoiding all the tables in the database. First directly point goes to that place. Second, field name land 1. Land 1 is you are more specific which field value you want it. And next this filter is in LFA1 there may be 100 records, but I don't want all records land 1. I want particular vendor land 1. the so and so vendor land one. That's why this question, this query, this statement is more specific to fetch the value. That's why you are getting appropriate result. Is this clear? Yes. Hope I explained through debugging and all. So we will see this failure case. This is your failure case. Why it is failure? So actually select query is syntactically correct. Since the filter criteria is wrong, there is no vendor found with 003. You are trying to fetch because without having the knowledge of whether record available or not, it goes to value not found. That is subversive value. And moreover, you may ask me this question: why you wrote negative first, positive in the else? That is also SAP recommendation. Always SAP recommends that first, if value not there, first you write it that value first. Even don't write else also. Else is required. I want to process to the next level. I want to inform to the user that this is the value. Then only else required. Otherwise, only this. Because positives sometimes we don't want, but negative we need must value because we have to more clear. Correct? Yes. If you want, we will see the because here it is in our case, everything is India only. That's why, one second, I'll remove this. Yes. So here all the three vendors belongs to India only. That's why you don't get anything. But going forward, we will discuss that part. If this particular program is clear, then we will go to second program. Yes, that is we want to fetch same similar program only, but this time I don't give this much explanation. It is not required. Same, we want to identify the name, correct? So the business requirement is yes, same thing because I will use single table only. Later we will go to the yes. So here yes, identify the vendor name. Okay, so and so vendor name or identify the name of the vendor. Okay, that's it. Simple. Identify means identify and fetch it and tell me. So it is 2 minutes. I will write it because you are more clear on that. So LFA1 is the table. Name is the okay. Go to S11. Check because you have to know at least vendor master data is stored in LFA1. So we have to go to name one. Name one underscore GP. It is character 35. Yes. So if you go to here, entries name is domestic vendor 2, some other engineer limited, something, something. Okay, three records are there. Right, no problem. We will go to any record. How this will work quickly. mm, Okay, we will write this. Another example, differentiation is this one. Okay, so that you have to. So it's very simple data. Now, yes, here uh, we have two, three ways you can declare it here. See, simply I declare it as just a name. I will declare it as normal name, vendor name. This is also because variations I am talking on. Variable name as a standard approach, GV underscore LV underscore will do it. Our normal name also, okay, not a problem. LFA1 name one. That's it. Now select, okay, single select is the keyword, single is the keyword. Now this time we don't want land one, we want name one, name one. And again, actually, as a someone will write from first into later or into first from later. SAP OpenSQL point of view, we have to write into first from next. This select already whoever from MCA, BTech, computer science background, they already practice the select queries a lot in their college days. Into followed by this target field name. As it is target field name, you have to copy it. Yes, this is important. Okay. SAP recommends that don't write your own names. That is accepted, it's okay. But as a best practice, always to avoid conflict and confusion, if it is name one, we will write variable name also name one. If it is land one, we'll write variable name also land one. That is SAP recommendations again. So easy to understand it. Okay. Yes. Next. So select required s- from table. From which table? Which table? Hmm? LFA1 table. Right. LFA1 table. Right. No. So we will go to simply direct write statement. We will see what will happen. Paste vendor name. That's it. Three-step procedure. So use no confusions. Not declaration, operation, output. But declaring variable, fill variable, print variable, display variable. But this fill only matter. Now if I execute it, still you will get output. So you are getting domestic vendor something something. What is this? How does it work? Because if I don't give any filter condition, what is the impact I am showing you? Domestic, that means exactly the first record we got it. Yes, clear? Because of the filter condition is missing. Still you are getting. So now you understand the importance of the where clause, where condition. Yes, where followed by condition. Condition is always specified based on the key field, key comparison. Yes. So I want this very engineering limited, something like that. Okay. So this, if you want it, exactly you have to give this value only. Suppose if you go to where class, extending this to where, mm, what next? Listener is the key field, equals to is this one. The single quotes is the best practice, and paste the value. What? Sorry, you have to give this number, vendor number. So you are more clear on, more specific what you wanted. Is extended. Okay. So here execute, you are getting exact value, isn't it? Exact. But what I said, yes, best practices goes like this. If psi sub or c not, because I told you right, what is the confusion you will get it? Yes, even though, yes, if I type record number 3, vendor 3, still what happens? Your control goes outside. This is wrong actually. When vendor is not there, you should not take the control to the output because actually as a best practice, we have to write vendor name is. This is the, if you type 2 positive case, you are getting appropriate, correct? But if you go to negative case also, this is value itself is not there. Still you are getting output. This is wrong. First of all, we should not display this right statement. So at that time, we have to go to subparse implementation is must. Okay, this is the requirement because I am telling you it was nothing is written anything casually. Not equals to 0. See, above not equals to symbol, I used it because program to program, small variations I am introducing here. You have to catch that. This is a, it seems like a repeated program, but small changes involved. If it is not equals to, ah, you can write directly vendor not found. Yes, which vendor? Is this particular vendor. Okay. Yes, a value not found, okay, or vendor not found also, okay. Yes, right. Next, because here we are not fetching vendor, that's why, what is that? Value not found is only the event, because vendor validation is something different that we will talk about. Then else is success case. Else bring this into, okay, yes. So both, yes, you will get value not found. Sub-RC 0. Sub-RC 4. Test it. Mm, mm. This time you have to double click on vendor name. Vendor name is declared with, okay, character 35. That is your, mm, name one underscore GP. That is the absolute type. That is the data element. Now, yes, here, okay, yes, sub-RC F5. F5 is this particular. Okay. Mm. So both cases we are writing value not found here. You give appropriate, you will get the value also. So because you can print both the cases, you can test it. Okay. Yes, this is your overall uh, kind of testing scenario. So this is no need of this explanation. See, first explanation is sufficient. Only here data name one name. We are not using the land one now. We are using name one. Accordingly, declaration changes, select query changes, print statement changes. Variable name changes, its data type length changes. GV name one is character 35. Here we have some engineer limited that value we are fetching and printing. Correct? Yes, this is your overall. But the last 2 minutes I will take you to quick because same because today only we'll end this. Only one example through you will get complete knowledge. Yes, but I want I want to see I am writing two independent statement. What is this? Country separate, name separate. Ultimately, what we are trying to do is we are trying to fetch the customer, the so and so vendor related, yes, data. Vendor related data. Yes. So, as a best practice, can go this way also. GV underscore land one type LFA1 land one. GV underscore name one type LFA1 name one. And one second, region and one field are not. These are not filled the, yes, which data is available. Select it, go here. Yes. So postal code is, this is your uh, PSTLZ. This is or else Street, Hyderabad is the street. Address number, search field, yes, etc., etc. Title, so many things are there. Okay, street we will take STRAS. STRAS is nothing but street. Okay, so I am extending this one. STRAS type LFA1 STRAS. This is the live concept. Yes. Now I am extending select single. Yes. Now we have to go to fetch land one first, space, name one, space, STRAS, data, select followed by required columns, into followed by target. Target is not one variable. Target is three variables. So that's why we are writing in bracket land one, GV name one, comma GV STRAS. German field names initially gets confused. Slowly we will adopt it. Yes, it is O, but it is still red color because what is mandatory? Selective into class from class is mandatory from LFA1. And that's it. Over. It is syntactically correct. Check. Yes, syntactically correct. So select followed by required columns, into followed by target application layer related variables, target variables, from followed by source variable. But the rule here is we are fetching three variable values, three source fields values, three appropriate target field values are also required. What happens with this? Land one value goes to GV land one, name one value goes to GV name one, STRS value goes to GV STRS. Any type conflict? No type conflict because land one is character 3. GV land one is already declared by character 3. What is name one is character 35. Yes, GV name one is also become character 30. GV STRS, STRS. It is street and house number. This is also character 35 STRAS underscore GP. Clear? Now again, if size sub or C not equals to 0. So now here I am writing values not found, plural. Else values found. You no need to write values found. If you want to write, you can write once values found in a line. After that, write statement. What is that? Country key land one. GV, ST. But you don't give this way, if this, you will get this first record. India, that is first customer details. Yes. Okay. So now, if you give a particular customer, at this time, you have to extend which customer details are getting. How do we come to know? That's why I want listener also in the output. No problem. Listener also in the output. So no worries. I will write, I'll extend it to listener also here. Listener also. The source changes, accordingly everywhere changes. Yes, listener also. That's it. This is the modification, code modification. Anywhere error, and what is the typing error? GV listener is unknown, GVLIF not somewhere 123. One typing GIF unknown. Listener equals to vendor. So along with vendor, we are printing. That is more clear now in the form. First, okay, this is what this topic will continue tomorrow. So thank you.